Welcome, consenting ladies and gentlemen, night owls and guilty early birds, to the indecently refurbished Duncan Giggles Chuckle Hour, where the curtains close early and the trousers arrive late. Curious listener Jasper Bumbershoot writes, is this new start appropriate for families? Absolutely not, Jasper. Even the cucumber has requested a privacy screen. Duncan Giggles, man of the people and presenter of the Duncan Giggles Chuckle Hour. Tonight, Fidelity takes the evening off and leaves its hat with the baboon. Mabel Wobbleworth and Duncan began their secret affair at a moonlit ballroom, with a waltz, 2 champagne glasses, and suspiciously synchronized eyebrows. At first it was extremely stylish, gloved hands, whispered compliments, and no furniture used contrary to the manufacturer's intentions. The baboon in the waistcoat discovered Mabel's embroidered handkerchief tucked inside Duncan's top hat. Mabel caught him sniffing it for evidence and bribed him with 2 bananas and a spoonful of emergency custard. She confessed the affair and asked him to protect a secret capable of bringing Baron Bristlebrush down. The baboon swore discretion, although his waistcoat buttons immediately began sweating. Baron Bristlebrush was nearby designing a memorial arch to his own marital fidelity. One whiff of scandal, he announced, and the arch would become even taller. Mabel and Duncan held their next rendezvous in the orangery behind a strategically ambitious palm. Jasper found 2 sets of footprints, 1 top hat, and a banana peel wearing Mabel's perfume. Toby Babbler appointed himself chief romance critic and rated the evidence 3 biscuits out of 5. He attempted surveillance through a biscuit tin with both ends removed. The baboon kicked the tin into a hydrangea before Toby could focus. Tiptoe. 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 That is the sound of 3 grown adults pretending a potted palm is an adequate moral alibi. Duncan wrote Mabel a love note on a square of biodegradable confetti. His automatic party machine launched it directly toward the Baron. The baboon caught the note in midair and swallowed it with the expression of a disappointed librarian. The giraffes applauded from the neck upward. Mabel told Duncan that the affair was becoming serious. Duncan replied that nothing was more serious than a squeaky horn after midnight. The baboon struggled between loyalty to Mabel, terror of the Baron, and a growing intolerance for stationery. He consulted the cabbage, turnip, and aubergine in an emergency vegetable committee. The potatoes formed a coalition in favor of plausible deniability. Then the cucumber arrived without its agent, carrying its own velvet case and looking unbearably self-employed. It had reinvented itself as a sex toy and, according to Jasper, finally possessed a job description everyone understood. Toby asked whether it came with a warranty, batteries, or serving suggestions. The cucumber declined to comment and pulled the privacy curtain. Baron Bristlebrush found the empty velvet case and became suspicious in several architectural directions at once. An ostrich wearing one of Mabel's gloves led him toward the west wing. The rhinoceros arrived from the opposite direction towing the emergency custard fountain. By the final rendezvous, the romance had discarded its gloves, loosened its corset metaphors, and stopped pretending the chaise longue was only for sitting. Mabel's hair came down, Duncan's bow tie went up onto the chandelier, and the bedroom door developed a strict no narrators policy. The baboon drew the curtains, rang for champagne, and tried not to recognize the rhythm of the squeaky horn. Knock. 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 That is the sound of Baron Bristlebrush arriving just as the rhinoceros pulled the custard fountain across his path. Sorry, that is the sound of a secret affair bringing the Baron down quite literally, into a bowl of rose petals and custard. Did Mabel and Duncan have sex? Was the cucumber involved? Who can tell? The baboon burned the minutes of the meeting. By sunrise, Mabel looked radiant, Duncan looked inside out, and the cucumber had awarded itself Employee of the Month. Duncan Giggles, man of the people, presenter of the Duncan Giggles Chuckle Hour, and a gentleman whose bow tie should never be questioned under oath. We call this the new beginning, less dignity, more locked doors, and absolutely no forwarding address for the cucumber's former agent. So here we are, consenting ladies and gentlemen, at the sticky end of an entirely fictional scandal. Remember, a Duncan Giggles with confetti in his pockets, custard on his shoes, and Mabel's glove in his hat is a suspiciously happy Duncan Giggles. Congratulations to the baboon, whose silence remains purchasable by the banana.